Alright, you see, first we need to subtract the 10 here and get a new sum, to which we then add the other 8.
Okay, so I guess that makes it 9?
Correct! See, you can do it. You only needed a little help.
I guess. Thanks, Sweetie Belle. You know, it's times like these I wish I wasn't part of this sketch series. If I had been to a normal school, I wouldn't be having this much trouble with simple math at my age. Say, why don't you?
Oh, my sister never really trusted the institutionalized educational system. Born out of her narcissism, she was convinced that no teacher would be able to teach me quite as much as she was. So I was actually homeschooled for the longest time. Though mostly we did that in the evening hours. And the last time is also pretty long ago.
Convenient. That way you made sure that this retrospective establishment didn't contradict anything.
Yes. Say what you will about my sister, but she always looks ahead. But you have to when you reside in those high-class circles. Anyway, she was convinced that school would be wasting my potential and took it into her own hooves. Quite ironic given how right she was in the end.
Though this does arise one question now. If you were being homeschooled, why were you also in our class since, like, the beginning?
Well, because Rarity was never public about that. And because both me and her had things to do in the day, she viewed this as the best solution. Besides, for my role in Friendship is Magic, I had to attend the school either way, so might as well. Yeah, so in the end, I received 2 educations at once. I simply got lucky for the fact that one of these I could completely ignore.
You can say that again. Almost makes it a good thing in hindsight how Miss Shuri turned out in this series.
Not even almost, Scootaloo. I honestly think that this is a nice ending for her. To be frank, this whole shtick of her being a leftist strawman had gotten old ages ago. I'm glad that in the end, Robotus showed at least the tiniest bit of respect for her character, gave an actual backstory as to why she is that way, and gave her a good way out of her role in the sketches. By now he probably regrets his decision, because having a close-minded strawman say one-sided dumb things about something you disagree with is objectively fun, but what's done is done. I for one won't be missing the overly political tone the sketches used to have. For most parts they don't even do anymore. School episodes were basically all that was left of this matter. But thankfully, that's also over now.
Well, I wouldn't celebrate just yet, Sweetie Belle. We might not be hearing it from Miss Shirley anymore, but one character still hasn't learned her lesson, mind you. Truth be told, I hope that afterclass stuff of Miss Shirley's takes up this whole episode, because I for one am not in the mood for getting my ears banned by Apple Bloom. Which is sure Shiv's gonna try and do when she's here. Like, no way she'd just have a little debate with Miss Shirley and then not complain about it to us.
Honestly, I hate how right you are about that. Well, at least it's still only 4:20 p.m. We still got a good hour before she shows up.
Or like 2 more seconds.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Nothing much. We're just doing our homework. I'd rather want to ask you that. What's up with you, Apple Bloom? Why are you here already?
Yeah, didn't you say you were gonna go to that lesson of Miss Shirley's?
I was, but would y'all believe it? No 10 minutes in, that fucking asshole just kills and bans me from it.
Well, in all honesty, I would believe that. What happened?
Nothing much, really. I just went and started asking questions she apparently didn't like. And instead of facing me like a mare, she just inhibits my free speech and throws me out. She can't just do that, can she?
Well, since this is a voluntary class she's holding, it doesn't entirely fall under school guidelines. And I'm afraid in that case she has the same rights as any business owner. She reserves the right to refuse service to anyone.
Fucking bitch. The hell she thinks she is, just making use of her rights like that? There ain't nothing no lefty's ever doing, that's our thing. And just throwing me out 'cause I said stuff she ain't like, that's nothing short of censorship, that is. What about my First Amendment?
What about it, AB? She doesn't forbid you from saying anything. In general, at least. But in that situation, I think house rules apply. And as a guest, you'd be asked to abide to those.
Yeah, maybe, but what the fuck is my freedom of speech good for if all who hears it is just my friends? It's her that's gotta hear it. But fine, if you don't want to hear me complain about that, I got plenty other stuff too.
Like what?
Like that fucking joke Robotus is pulling on us.
You're gonna have to get a little more detailed than that.
What I mean is the fucking human crusaders, our counterparts. More precisely, the fact that they just recently solved a fucking murder case.
Oh, yeah, that. To be honest, I was doing my best to just quickly forget about that.
Well, I for one ain't, 'cause this is exactly what he wants. It's what all them big-ass people in power's doing. Put every shit they like without a care in the world, 'cause they know eventually everyone would just accept it. It's just how we are.
I got a feeling you're referring to that hideous new UI on YouTube that dropped in February, with the comment section being moved to the side and recommendations at the bottom. Yeah, honestly, I feel that. Robotus despised it more than anything this fucking site has ever done before. It's so unintuitive and just plain ugly. But I'm 100% sure by the time this video comes out, he'll have forgotten it was ever any different.
Yeah. Fucking human ability to just get used to everything.
Well, I for one hate his fucking inability to stay focused way more. Because yes, that is indeed something worth the energy to get mad about. Like that piece of shit robot even wrote an entire episode about us wondering what we're gonna do with our lives. And then he just goes and gives the other Kirima Crusaders this exciting plot. What the hell, Robotus? He must have done that out of spite, surely.
Frankly, I'd be happy if that were the case, but actually he just didn't give us a second thought when writing that other plot. 'Cause apparently he really can only do one thing at a time. It's a miracle he still remembers our basic personalities at this point.
Fucking bastard, honestly. You know what? I actually have half a mind to really go and become a villain now. That's an origin story, alright.
Yeah, honestly, fuck it, guys. Let's just do it. If Robotus really don't give no fuck about us normally, we're gonna make him care. We're gonna be the newest villains.
Nah, are you really sure? I understand where you're coming from, but villains? That's not exactly real creative either, is it?
Sure, but at this point I don't give no damn anymore. Come on, the least we can do is think of some cool villain personas.
Okay, whatever.
Seriously?
The way I see it, we're already in a scare, so we might as well fill the time with that.
Alright.
Cool! I actually already got an idea. I'ma become Rebel Bloom. Get it? 'Cause it sounds similar to my name.
Yeah, we get it. And what the hell is your thing?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be a rebel of some sorts. Like, yeah, like removing pride flags and shit. Spraying stuff like fast don't care about your feelings on walls, that kind of stuff. Basically, I'm just a contrarian to the current thing. Maybe I may even start saying things like Celestia did nothing wrong. And whatever else I come up with.
Okay, that's an idea for a start. Oh, I for one just remembered the one incident where I accidentally sliced your granny in half with my scooter.
Gee, thanks for reminding me.
Sure. Anyway, I think that's gonna be my thing. I'll equip the wheels of my scooter with razors and start ramming into ponies to slice them up. Yeah, I kinda like that. Beware, ponies of Equestria, for now your streets belong to Rollerblade. How you like that name? It just now came to me.
Wow, that's actually kinda cool, Scoots. Man, fuck you, now I feel totally late with fucking Rebel Bloom. Can I go again?
No, at least not until Sweetie Belle had her turn.
Fine, so what's it gonna be, Sweets?
Definitely not that. Besides, what kind of nickname is Sweets anyway? I'd rather you simply call me by my name instead of just rehashing the same formula you used for Scootaloo.
Me too.
If you all insist. Now hurry it up here, what's your villain name?
Okay. Let's see. You know what? 'Cause I'm lazy, I'll just embrace that dumb identity the fandom slapped onto me years ago already. I still have no idea why anyone would have come up with something so unrelated to me, but I guess I'm gonna be Sweetie Bot from now on.
Sweetie Bot. Uh-huh. And what is it you're doing?
I don't know, I guess I'm gonna be like Iron Man or something. You know, like a robo-suit I'm gonna wear, fitted with all kinds of weapons and shit.
In other words, you're totally gonna copy the concept of Clocktia, who herself also was a knockoff of Clockwork to begin with. Now what, this all here just reminded me of the sheer endless creativity Robotus' sketches always reek of. Makes it actually pretty understandable why he's got so much trouble coming up with new ideas.
Sure, but after 100 sketches, you gotta cut him some slack.
Not if he's just gonna beg for it like he made you just do.
Whatever. So that's not gonna be our thing, is it? A trio of fillies who are gonna try and be villains. I'm still not really convinced by this whole idea, gotta be honest.
No, just think about it. We're gonna make Equestria care about us by making sure they can't ignore us no more. From this day on, we're gonna be the cutie mark crusaders doom bring us of pain and misery!
That's not a really good acronym. Like, it doesn't even have one vowel in it.
Okay, serious, the Scoots, fuck you. Why you gotta be like that?
'Cause she's right.
Who cares about a fucking acronym?
Hello? Apple Bloom? You in this, sis? I'm respecting the privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority as your big sister by coming in anyway.
Ah, howdy, kids. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just coming up with villain personas.
Scoots!
Sure. Anyway, AB, Sir just dubbed y'all plain baddies, but I gotta tell you something.
Oh, so y'all showing up ain't just to make that stupid 30-odd-pound reference. What's up, sis?
When I just been checking the mailbox and there's been a letter left from Miss Chioley.
Aw, hell, already? Ain't even no hour passed. She must have prepared that beforehand.
The fuck you talking about? It's just an invitation.
Invitation?
Yeah. On the 10th of next month, your school's gonna have a parents' evening starting at 7 p.m.
Parents' evening? Huh, that's a first. Any mention of why Miss Julie called that?
Nah, it just says time and date, and like the usual phrase of that go, we're looking forward to blah blah blah. But other than that, no reason given. I reckon it's just gonna be the usual then.
The usual, from Miss Chioley. Nah, sis, you don't want none of that.
Listen, Sugar Cube, I know you got your problems with Miss Chioley, but the way I heard, she's moved on from that shit. Might be time for you to do the same. I'm sure that parents' evening ain't got nothing to do with no woke shit. 'Cause believe it or not every pony's as obsessed with that stuff.
I never said that. But you can bet your ass that she is.
Alrighty, whatever. We're just gonna have to wait and see then. 'Cause we gonna be going there, you and me.
What? Why the fuck that? It's at parents' evening, not big sister.
Do I really gotta explain to you again why I'm basically your mother at this point? I sure hope not.
No.
Good. Okay then, that's about all. Y'all kids can go back to your little games now. Have fun.
Thank you, Applejack. Bye! Huh. A parents' evening. So I suppose I can also expect some kind of letter for Rarity. It would only make sense.
What's weird though, since when do teachers send those invitations by mail? Speaking for Robotos, when he was in school, they just hand those directly to him.
Well, my guess is that Chioley ain't wanted our classmates to hide them invitations, so she sent them directly to the parents to make sure that ponies would actually show up.
Makes sense enough for me. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, the villain thing. So are we really gonna call ourselves the Cutie Mark Crusaders, Doom Bringers of... whatever you said? Is that actually our new plot now?
Y'all gonna hate me for this, but think about it. Nah, it just sounds dumb, honestly. How about we just drop it again, you in?
Seriously, AB? We spent an entire episode dedicated to that.
No, that simply ain't true. We spent like 2 minutes at max on that. The rest of the skit was just all the other shit.
Alright, so in other words, despite everything we said in this episode and the one before, we're still just gonna be the same lame old CMC without a plot. Cool. I really like how this episode was totally worth its time. Just imagine if we'd wasted an entire sketch and then would have nothing to show for it. How pathetic would that be?
Shut the fuck up.